Dale Earnhardt was born to stock car racing in Kannapolis, North Carolina in 1951. His father, Ralph, was a take-no-prisoners driver, the 56 NASCAR Sportsman Division champion. He earned the nickname Ironheart. Their relationship was forged working on Ralph's race car. Ralph died in 1973 while working on that car, and for Dale, his father's sport wasn't just a way of life, it was life. When Earnhardt took to the racetracks of North Carolina's Piedmont region, his natural talent was raw and unrefined. When he arrived on the Winston Cup circuit full-time in '79, he reveled in his ability to ruffle the feathers of the established superstars. Earnhardt took a sport that was accustomed to a king and introduced it to an intimidator. Driving for Rod Osterland in 1980, Earnhardt became the first driver to win Rookie of the Year and the Winston Cup in back-to-back seasons. After a stint with legendary owner Bud Moore, Earnhardt signed on with former independent driver Richard Childress. In 1984 and 85, Ironhead created more wrecks than wins, but a dynasty was in the making. From 1986 to 94, Earnhardt and Childress won 6 Winston Cups and 48 races. They won on short tracks, super speedways, and the Flying Aces were the best pit crew in the history of the sport. Their way was rough and tumble, get your hands dirty racing. It left competitors mad, fans thrilled, and it made them rich. The Man in Black developed a fan following the sport had never seen. He copyrighted his signature and his name, and earned more in annual souvenir sales than the rest of the garage area combined. His career crossed 4 decades, taking on the best of each racing generation. Petty, Pearson, Yarborough, Wallace, Elliott, Gordon, he beat them all. But Earnhardt's Achilles heel was always the Daytona 500. In 1990, he came within 1 mile of victory. He'd won more races than anyone in the history of the big speedway, but never the 500. Until 1998, on his 20th try, the sport's biggest star finally took the sport's biggest prize. Injuries and distractions, though, had taken their toll and affected the Intimidator's winning ways. After Daytona, he didn't win again for nearly 2 seasons. But the arrival of Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the Winston Cup scene breathed new life into Dale's career. He won 3 races in '99, 2 in 2000, and succeeded as car owner. First with his son, then with former modified driver Steve Park, and last weekend with his newest hire, Michael Waltrip. This season, he'd already spoken of a record-breaking 8th title, laughed off talk of age, and came to Daytona in the best health of his life. 3 weeks ago, he and Junior placed 4th in the 24 Hours of Daytona, their first ever sports car race. On Friday, his amazing save in the International Race of Champions, along with classic Earnhardt retaliation afterward, had fans on their feet again. But on Sunday, almost within sight of the victory lane he had visited more times than any other driver, those fans were silenced. Dale Earnhardt was 49 years old.